Cimoooooooo!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the round 1 feature match of the YouTuber Grand Championship 2016 Autumn Qualifier. In this match, we have Joshua Wolf playing Infernoid going up against Daniel Greenhill in the blue playing PsyFrame. And with us right now, committing complete and utter cannibalism, we have the one, the only, Yugi Mation.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. These chicken McNuggets are delicious. That power duality was delicious as well.
So Infernoid versus PsyFrame, I think, is a rather bizarre matchup because it's like two decks that just have very unorthodox strategies kind of going against each other.
It's the green versus the purple.
Yeah. And one thing that I actually completely forgot to mention at the start of this video is that for those of you who aren't aware, this tournament is actually abiding by the Pegasus Challenge, meaning that each different round we are going to have one different card acting as kind of its own field spell in a way, just being active for both players to abide by. And this round is actually going to be Summon Limit, and for those of you who aren't familiar with that card, it means that neither player can summon more than twice in a turn. So definitely interesting. Going, like, Infernoid, that kind of hurts them. They kind of can just summon a big monster and just not do a lot. PsyFrame, they kind of just do their stuff on their opponent's turn anyway, so, I mean, it's not really that big of a deal.
I'm just chewing away over here. I'm just watching.
So that's really big right there. We see that Josh plays the Reasoning, but the Delta's going to come down to negate the Reasoning, and what that's going to do is that's going to allow him to also special summon the PsyFrame driver from his deck, and that only counts as one summon since it's technically a simultaneous summon. So that's really good. It's still following under the stipulation, and if he had the field spell, he could immediately synchro, as that would act as his second summon right there.
AKA Summon Limit. No one gets to play Yu-Gi-Oh! In this meta.
It's interesting, though, because Josh is now deciding to go into Cimoooooooo because I think he wants to just clear the board because he can crash into the Delta, and not if that comes up. We see that Daniel has Urgent Tuning, meaning he's going to be able to immediately synchro summon his monsters.
Wait. What year is this to be using this card? Did we hit 88 miles an hour and go back in time to see this card in use?
We're seeing some serious shit right here.
Marty! The flux capacitor! All these other things. Don't talk to yourself. Make sure your parents fall in love kind of thing right here. Tuning. Wow.
I know. I was not seeing that coming in the least. But we see PsyFrame Lord Omega hitting the field, and that's pretty big because Cimoooooooo can't clear that, and I'm not sure if he actually gets the banish effect because I think Cimoooooooo would have to actually redeclare for the attack to actually count for it to banish, and obviously it can't crash into the PsyFrame Lord, so that's not going to do anything. But, I mean, at this point, he only has 2 cards. He has the Cimoooooooo and a set card, and, you know, Josh with another duality, just being able to restock on resources, and the other unfortunate thing is that he got the PsyFrame Overload hit last turn by the Galaxy Cyclone, so now he can banish that, which he's doing right now, to be able to add another PsyFrame card to his hand. So the card advantage is definitely in Josh's favor right now.
Man, Captain Green is holding down the fort. He's just protecting the castle right there. Nothing's getting through that drawbridge. I mean, and a card I don't know is being activated. Alex, what does this card do?
So that's PsyFrame Circuit. It's a PsyFrame field spell. Essentially what it does is that if a PsyFrame monster's effect resolves, essentially, they get to immediately synchro summon after the effect resolves properly. So had he had that up last turn when he used the Delta to negate the Reasoning, he could have immediately already gone into the PsyFrame Lord Omega and not had to use Urgent Tuning. Although Urgent Tuning was a good tech. It came in clutch there.
Yeah, I'm now looking for PsyFrames if anyone wants to gift them to me. Because that's some good stuff right there.
Well, and another really cool thing, too, is that PsyFrame Lord Omega, during the opponent's standby phase, can move a banished card back into the graveyard. So he put back the Overload, meaning that Josh can just get another, or excuse me, that Daniel can get another search next turn to be able to just keep just adding on to the resources that he already has.
If you can send me double of any copy of these PsyFrames, that would be great.
I don't know.
Thanks.
The biggest problem is, though, they just still rely on your opponents to actually do stuff, which I don't personally like that.
So their whole playstyle is don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I can't play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Essentially, yes. It's like, if you don't play Yu-Gi-Oh!, they can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Except, like, draw cards off of, like,
Well, at this point, we might as well go to Magic the Gathering instead. If neither player is playing Yu-Gi-Oh!, what are you playing? Uno?
In a really interesting way, it's kind of like an almost like a blue-style deck from Magic, where it's very, like, counter-heavy. You're kind of just, like, countering your opponent's plays and reacting to what they do.
But if nobody's playing anything, so what are we playing?
Pretty much. I just think the biggest momentum swing in this match was stopping that reasoning, because now it's like Josh just doesn't have any resources to be able to banish for any of his Infernoids, and Omega's just free to get in free hits. So
of course he has resources. They're just all in his deck. They're
the
all
place
still
that he
there.
doesn't want them to be. Ironically enough.
The only deck that would actually want their deck in the grave than actually their deck. Infernoids.
Ooh, Harmodic coming down. That's actually really good, because he actually has the one monster to banish for it, and Omega's gonna die here because Omega cannot banish itself for its effect to be able to protect itself. So Harmodic's actually gonna get a clear here. That's pretty good.
Captain Green Planet over there is gonna go by. And that's all I have.
That's pretty much like it, though, because, I mean, Josh really can't do anything else. He can't attack, so, I mean, that already sucks, and he doesn't have any other monsters to be able to sink or anything.
He's so collective with his resources, he doesn't want to even attack. He's like, you know what, I'm going to hold off on that attack.
I actually think it was a really smart play that he banished the Harmodic to get rid of the Overload, so that Daniel couldn't get another search, because he couldn't do that on his opponent's turn, because the little Infernoids actually can only do it on your turn.
Quick thinking right there, like a game of chess.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, it doesn't even matter, because it's like, Daniel's already so far ahead. I mean, he's using Omega's effect now, shuffling back another Pot of Duality into his deck.
Man, this deck, there's just so much green in this duel right now. I just see green all over the place. Duality's taking up the corner. The field spell's taking the center.
And Doom Caliber Knight getting dropped, that's pretty good in this position, because if...
Oh, we now are officially in 1955. Because why not? We're back in the past, people.
We just got out of World War II not too long ago. We got Doom Caliber Knights riding everywhere. There's Galaxy Cyclones hitting everything. I mean, it's just...
Urgent tunings being used. We are not in 2015, people.
I cannot even remember the last time I've seen that card, in all honesty.
I remember how many of them I threw away.
You might want to pick up on them now. It could be worth maybe a whole 10 cents.
I'm also looking for urgent tunings, people.
Urgent turnings?
Yep. That's what happens when you have a mouthful of your family. These chicken nuggets.
I mean, I feel like this is kind of a wrap for Josh here, because, I mean, Doom Caliber Knight's just getting in. If Josh does anything, I mean, Doom Caliber Knight's essentially going to negate it, and then, yeah, and he just scoops.
That's a wrap, people.
There's so many, like, it's funny because Josh had so many Galaxy Cyclones in that first round, but it's like everything he hit was, like, useless, because, like, he would hit, like, the circuit, he'd hit the set back row, but it would just be more overloads to search more cards, so it did absolutely nothing. It was just like, he had a lot of good cards, it was just, oh my god, and the Iron Wall off the Duality, turn 1.
Well, everybody, I'll see you in round 2.
I don't know. I mean, this video wouldn't be another 16 minutes if this Iron Wall was the case, so...
They don't know that. They're Yu-Gi-Oh! Players.
What's a time limit?
I know.
We don't play for time. What are you talking about? We just like to slow play all day. But in any case, looks like Daniel's going to go ahead and set what we can probably assume is the Iron Wall, and then just Cardee, and then pass back over to Josh. And now Josh is kind of screwed right now, because that Iron Wall can just immediately, I mean, just cripple his deck.
Didn't we see this exact same play from Josh? No, from Daniel. In the round one, right? In game 1, right here.
Except he didn't have Circuit, but yeah. But he has the Delta for the Galaxy Cyclone, so pretty much it's like exactly the same thing as game 1. So
we're now in the second Back to the Future, because this is this exact same play that we're seeing. It's like we're in the past now.
So the Delta is going to negate the Cyclone, and now the effect of Circuit's going to kick in and be able to immediately Synchro Summon. So I'm guessing that Daniel's going to choose to go into an Omega here, because I don't really know what other level 8 Synchro you'd want to go into at this point. Omega's just, like, too good not to.
Has anyone forgot our boy, the Mr. Original Big Green himself, Thought Ruler Archfiend?
Thought Ruler is an amazing card. I love that card.
Still amazing. Watch,
it is still
because
amazing.
We said that right now, everyone's going to go and hype that card up. $30 per...
$30.
Yeah.
Just like that PsyFrame Lord Omega right there. $30.
There you go.
So we see the Iron Wall being flipped now. That's, like, perfect, because now Daniel has the established field. He has the Iron Wall. I don't know if Josh can even... Yeah, he just passes his turn. The only thing that sucks is that Josh can just banish Galaxy Cyclone next turn to be able to pop the Iron Wall. And it's not really like Daniel can make a lot of advantage because the PsyFrames just don't do that. So he needs like a Doom Caliber Knight here, which, okay, there's a Doom Caliber Knight.
Would you look at that? It's like you knew what's going to happen ahead of time.
Well, it's like he took the Pot of Duality instead of the Doom Caliber Knight, so I don't even know how I feel about that.
The only right play you need to do is Duality for another Duality.
That's true. And can we just look on the fact that Daniel... Oh, he had a Doom Caliber Knight in hand, of course. Oh. That's why. But can we look at the fact that Daniel has had, I think, Pot of Duality every turn, like this entire match so far?
It's the color green. It works for him.
I guess. And then Josh has had, like, Galaxy Cyclone every turn, too. So it's like...
It's the color green. It works for him, too.
I know.
Green's a very open color.
So this is a pretty strong board because you have the Omega, you have the Doom Caliber. So immediately the first thing that... I mean, he just has to avoid that Doom Caliber Knight at all costs because it's like... Oh, well, okay, Reasoning's pretty good.
I was about to say, I haven't even seen the footage yet, and I sense a Reasoning. I mean, how could you not sense that?
So Daniel calls 4, and he hits a Card Trooper, so he's going to get a summon off that. It really sucks because he didn't get more monsters in Grave. But he hit something off Reasoning, so that's good. The thing is, though, he can't use Card Trooper's effect because Doom Caliber Knight will just negate it.
That is true. Man, look at that. Green's dominating the board again.
Oh, but he has a Sight Samas, though, so that's good. And Sight Samas is an inherent summon. It's not an effect, so Doom Caliber won't negate it.
Now that's some tricky stuff right there.
And this is actually an extremely good play, because now he can run over the Doom Caliber Knight, and then in main phase, or rather the end of the battle phase, he can banish the PsyFrame Lord Omega because of Sight Samas' effect, and then he can Card Trooper because then Doom Caliber Knight won't be on the field anymore.
Look how quickly the whole field turned around like that.
Yeah. That's a really good play, though. I mean, he got really lucky that he was able to kind of out everything without really having to waste so many resources.
I think Daniel just got Ronda Rousey'd right now. Just that kick to the neck, down.
It's like that's all it takes.
That's all. Just one perfectly placed kick, and I think that Infernoid was the kick.
The Infernoid was the kick. So now we see Card Trooper using its effect. So he's gonna hit
3 spells.
He had a Reasoning, but he hit 2 Infernoids. So that's good. He's loading up his Grave. He has the Onuchu in Grave.
I was 1/3 correct on that.
1/3 correct. All 3 Reasoning.
Well, that means he would be running 4 Reasonings then.
That's true.
Automatic disqualification.
Hey man, it's DN. You never know. Oh look, it's the Pot of Duality again. Not like we knew that he had that already, but still.
You must. Oh, it's when it comes to that, it's always double Ds. That's what you duality
always.
into duality.
Yep. So he's gonna grab the PsyFrame Gamma, or no, that was Delta. I'm sorry. And he's gonna shuffle everything else back. And I don't know if he even has any defense at this point. He might have another Doom Caliber Knight because we've seen him play multiples. But no, he just passes. And at this point, Josh has the opportunity to take control of the game because he can just go ahead and use Card Trooper, just get some more cards in, and just smack face at this point. So it's a Void Seer. That's pretty relevant. A Mind Crush. And, there's a third card too. I just missed the third one. I think it was another Infernoid. And he has Lumina. He might be able to OTK here. He's overlaying. I guess he's going...
We feel it. You feel something coming.
Ooh, Alucard. Interesting. Okay, so he wants to just clear the back row.
Be careful, people. That could be a urgent tuning.
A bluffed urgent tuning.
Please be urgent tuning.
I don't.
I want to feel right about one thing. Just once, please, please, just once.
Let's see. Ooh, he's chaining the Overload. That's pretty bad.
Nope.
Because now, not only is Overload gonna stay on the field because Alucard won't destroy it, but Daniel now has the ability to banish. It looks like going to be the Cimoooooooo. And it's going to be permanently banished because it's going to get banished face down, which is one of the most annoying things to do on DN, by the way.
How do you do that?
You have to put it to the top of your deck and then banish it face down from the top of your deck.
How dumb.
DN, ladies and gentlemen, DN.
We still continue to use it to this day.
We do, because that's all we have, because Konami won't make us a better one.
Nope. They can't even fix our ban list. What makes you think they're going to make a website for us to perfectly play on?
So he hits in with the Alucard for 18, because that's really all he could do at that point. And honestly, if I were Josh, I kind of just keep hitting with the Alucard. Like, you don't want to keep committing things. But, I guess he's going to use Illumina to pop it.
I guess he will commit things.
Because it depends how many... Oh no, he did banish the Driver. So he still has the Delta in hand, so he can still use the effect of Overload. So that sucks. So he has to have some way to clear it. But Lumina's a pretty good answer, because now it's going to force him into it.
Yeah.
And, ooh, okay, so he's going to summon out the Alpha. And the Alpha is just going to go ahead and get out the Driver and just add another PsyFrame to his hand. It's not going to negate anything or anything like that. But then he gets to immediately Synchro Summon into a 7, since Alpha is a 1-star and Driver's a 6. Oh my god, is he going to Black Rose him?
Please. Please. The Big Boom, the Big Bang Theory himself coming down, starting fresh. Let's see it.
That would be, like, actually really good because... Actually, I don't know. Because Josh still has a Grave of Infernoids.
That is
So maybe
true.
that's not the best play. But he would just... I mean, he's up on card advantage and he can banish the Overload. Moonlight Dragon. Okay, interesting.
Ooh. Well, it was Black Rose.
It was
We
a
were
Black Rose, so
1/3 correct.
That's more like... That's like 3/4 correct.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So Moonlight Dragon's effect's going to trigger on summon, and it's going to bounce the Alucard back into the extra deck. And Josh isn't wasting any time. He's going straight into Onuku.
The Mr. Dark Fire King.
Yeah, like, Jesus. Like, 3k beater can negate spells and traps. Like, that card is fucking scary.
I mean, just look at him.
Yeah. And it looks like, I think Daniel's trying to return it with Moonlight, but Moonlight's only once per turn. So he can't do that.
So
and so that takes that out.
That idea is quickly blown out of the water.
Yeah. So Moonlight Rose is going to die. So that's unfortunate.
Now that is a pity.
But it's okay. I mean, Josh has, somewhat control of this match now. But Overload still hasn't been used this turn, so he could, in theory, use it. Oh, I'm surprised he didn't use it to, like, block an attack. That's kind of odd.
The world may never know.
Yeah, because he could have, like, chained it and, like, gotten rid of the Onuku before it attacked over the Moonlight Rose. So I'm just kind of confused as to why he didn't do that.
We all have our reasonings. That was the worst pun I've ever heard.
That was an Infernoid joke.
And I made it.
So he's going to use the Lumina to pop the Circuit, which I feel like is pretty good, because then if he has any other plays, they're not going to be able to sync up. Actually, he couldn't anyway, because Daniel already used his 2 summons for the turn from Summon Limit.
That's right, Summon Limit's here.
Yeah.
It's a good thing it'll be in the corner when we remember, because it was like, how come we didn't summon more? People are going to be wondering throughout the tournament. I was like, oh, that's right, Summon Limit's for the first round.
Yeah, exactly. And so now he's using the Overload to banish the Onuku, which I think is really good because he can't stop it. Like, Onuku can't negate this because the Overload's already activated. So Onuku's just going to pretty much go at this point. Like, there's nothing else he can do.
He's going to leave, like, my hopes and dreams.
That's pretty good. And it looks like... Yeah, judging by it looks like Josh is trying to negate it, not realizing that you can't because it's already activated on the field.
And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, we use DN. Oh, that's right. They contribute a monster, right? They don't need to tribute themselves?
Yeah, correct. They contribute any monster.
That's right. I was just like, why is that Lumina gone? And then I remembered I'm a bad player, and and forgot that he could do that with other monsters. I'm like, oh, that's right. Man, I guess I lost that other round that I was playing against that Infernoid guy.
We're like, oh man, well, that...
Yeah.
Gotta remember that in the future now.
You mean Back to the Future now.
Oh man, that's 2 references in one commentary.
Thank you, everyone. I'll be here all week.
So, Josh has the Monster Gate, and this can prove to be pretty good because this can just completely load him up on resources. Oh my god, the Iron Wall. That sucks so bad.
That hurt me, and I'm on the other side of the screen.
Oh, and the Lumina gets tributed as cost, so it's not like he can even do anything about that at this point. Like, it's just like... It depends on what he hits, I guess, because he could hit something potential... Okay, Lumina's pretty good.
That's always a really good thing.
That's pretty good, because now we can bring back the Lila and pop the Iron Wall.
To sack out of nowhere, that's pretty decent.
Pretty good. Pretty good. It's pretty good.
And I don't know what's happened now. The Monster Gates, the Iron Walls, Lumina's being sacked out of everything.
Hey. He had the Lila at the right situation, too. I mean, he's had... The Light Sworns have come up pretty clutch for him when he's needed them, so... You gotta give him some credit. Luck's on his side.
That thing is just absolutely terrible.
So, discarding the Breakthrough skill for Lumina's effect, he's probably... Oh! The last card in his hand was Gamma. And so Gamma's gonna completely negate Lumina. And then it's gonna destroy it, and then he's gonna get the Driver, and then be able to immediately sink because of Circuit. And I don't know if he's going to go into another Omega here.
I think that's why people are starting to deduce that this is only the 3-round match. Or a 2-round match. Because we're getting really close to the time right there.
Don't let them know. They're not supposed to know that. Whoa!
Don't worry, they never get this far.
Zera coming down. I remember the last... Okay, yeah, it's officially like... It's like 9... It's... No. We're like now in 1623. Like...
What? I can't even tell anymore.
And Angel of Zera's attack is... Whoa, interesting. So, Josh is using Burial from a different dimension to reduce Angel of Zera's attack so he doesn't lose. That is hilarious, because that Angel of Zera is actually 35, or it was before he used Burial, and then Burial put it down to 32 because they put 3 monsters back into the grave.
That's some
next
tricky
level,
stuff,
ladies
right
and gentlemen. That is next level playing. Oh my god. I can't even tell you any other scenario where I would ever see that happen.
I know.
But this just shows, the power of PsyFrame Overload, though, because all those cards that card is banished are face down, so their identity's unknown, so he can't Burial and put them back into his graveyard.
Yeah, he has to just guess, right?
No, he can't even use them, because they're unknown cards. So he can only pick monsters with Burial that are face up. That's why banishing face down is so good, because it becomes an unknown.
It's like, what card is this? I know every single card in my deck, but apparently DN doesn't.
Exactly, yeah. And I don't even know if Josh can do anything. I mean, if he rips a Regeki here or something, I mean, then hey. But Iron Wall's up. He needs a miracle here to pull this one out, but I don't know if it's happening. And I think he's just showing down the Void Seer. I think I think that's going to be a wrap for this one.
I'm going to get up off my feet and finish my play. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Looks like the game goes to Daniel, who's going to be 1-0 going into the next round, and we will see you in round 2. Cimoooooooo!